Welcome to A1 lesson 29, and in this lesson we are going to be looking at superlative adjectives. When I say superlative adjectives, we say the oldest, the most important. We are going to understand clearly why do we add est here, why do we put they, why do we put they here, why do we say the most not important, and then we add est. We're going to see that, the reason. What is a superlative adjective? A superlative adjective shows that something has the highest or lowest degree of quality among three or more items, which simply means that in superlative adjective you have three things or three items. It can be three animals, three people, three things, like that. And you can ask yourself, when we have one, what do we do? When we have one thing, we use just adjective without changing anything. When it is one thing, we use adjective without changing anything. When there are two, we just use what we call comparative, which we have seen in the last lesson of comparative adjectives. And when we have three things or 4, 5, 6 and more than that, we use what we call superlative adjective. Let's say example. John is tall. We are using tall because it is adjective without change. We use adjective without change because we have one person, John. Peter is taller than John. Here we are using now taller than as a comparative adjective because we have two people, Peter and John. Mark is the tallest of all. Here we are using superlative because we have more than two things, more than two people. When we say all, we are comparing to Peter, John, and Mark. All of them, three. Then you say Mark is the tallest. For the superlative, it means the top level of something. We use it to talk about the top level of something. Remember, we use comparative for difference between two things or two people or two items. And we use an adjective when we are talking about one thing. And we use a superlative when we are when we want to say this is the highest or the lowest level or quality among three or more items. How do we formulate a superlative adjective? When it is one syllable, we just add est. Remember, I said that a syllable, we can identify it by clapping. That's the easiest way to identify a syllable. And always we have the before the superlative. Always we have the before the superlative. They. Here we also have they. Here we have they. Here we also have they. Even for irregular adjective, we use the before we put a superlative adjective. Simply, when we say one syllable, we just add est for one syllable words. Tall, the tallest. Small, the smallest. We just add est to the adjective, est. When the words end in letter E, we don't add est, we add st only because we have E. For example, nice, the nicest. Large, the largest. When we have a word ending with consonant, vowel, consonant, CVC, we double the last letter, then we add est. Big, the biggest. Hot, the hottest. When we have two syllables and above, that's to say important, expensive, beautiful, interesting, exciting, difficult, we use the most, then we put that adjective. Beautiful, the most beautiful. Expensive, the most expensive. And when we have irregular adjectives, we change form completely. Irregular, they don't have a structure. They just change the forms completely, 100%. Good, we have the best. Bad, the worst. Far, the farthest. When we have a short and long adjective, you're going to see more examples about them. Let's begin with short adjectives where we add just est. Fast, the fastest. Tall, the tallest. Cold, the coldest. Old, The oldest. Remember I told you short adjective, they have one syllable. Fast, tall, cold, old, like that. And for long adjective, just put the most and then you add that adjective, nothing else. Interesting, the most interesting. Important, the most important. Beautiful, the most beautiful. Expensive, the most expensive. Let's see examples in the context. Short adjective. Today is the coldest day of the year. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. For long adjective, this movie is the most exciting film I have ever seen. English is the most useful language in the world. For irregular adjective, remember they don't have structure, they just change anyhow. She is the best student in the class. This exam was the worst I've ever done. This exam was the worst I've ever done. I'm going to fill in the blanks here. This is dash dash building in the city. English is dash dash subject in the world. Today is dash dash day this week. Sarah is dash dash singer in our school. That shop sells dash dash clothes in town. If you hear city in the world, this week, our school, in town, you hear they are not two things, they are more than two. They are more than two, which means you're going to use superlative. You're going to choose the correct form. Mount Kilimanjaro is dash dash mountain in Africa. This is dash dash movie I've seen. That was dash dash day of my life. She is dash dash English in the group. My room is dash dash in the house. And this quiz you're going to fill in with the appropriate superlative adjective. My dog is dash dash pet in the neighborhood. This is dash dash exam I've ever had. Africa is dash dash continent after Asia. That was dash dash movie of the year. She is dash dash person I've met. So thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next lesson.